After I watched the Monkey Man trailer for the first time, it was evident that I'd be making this a top theatrical priority. It came out during a time when I didn't really have much else to look forward to other than Dune Part 2 and Deadpool and Wolverine. The splashy red letters read, from producer Jordan Peele and director Dev Patel. And that's a combination of words I didn't realize worked so well together until I saw them. Let me admit right away that I'm not even remotely versed with Dev Patel as an actor. I saw Slumdog Millionaire when it came out and I enjoyed it. I saw and hated The Last Airbender, but neither of those had anything to do with him. He's always come off as a charming guy, but he hasn't really intrigued me with any of his choices as an actor. Maybe the closest he got was starring in those two back-to-back films, Hotel Mumbai and The Wedding Guest. I remember researching those when I was preparing to do my top 10 of 2018 list. I never got around to seeing them. As I understand it, those movies were thrillers, and Patel didn't contribute to many action scenes, so that truly makes Monkey Man his action hero and directorial debut. I was definitely interested to see if he had anything interesting to contribute to this genre. We all remember Jordan Peele's Get Out. It blew the roof off the place. Peele was in a similar spot as Patel at the time, known for being good at something and then completely subverting audience expectations when it came to their directorial debut. Peele cheerleading and producing Monkey Man will hopefully help it succeed, and with the few press clips I've seen of them together, I've been sucked in by Patel's passion, intrigued by his struggle to get this movie out into the world. Now, Monkey Man is definitely a type of movie you've seen before, but it's wrapped up in an interesting and unique setting. The trailer shows it all, a stylish revenge thriller set in India. The cinematography and lighting is better than it has any business being, and that's exactly why it's been compared to John Wick. Its influence is definitely felt and even referenced in the film, but it's not as easy as calling it the Indian or Dev Patel John Wick. It's reminiscent of many action films that released prior to Wick, which is a decade old this year, if you can believe it. A merciless, brutal force takes something away from our hero, which pulls him into obstacles that no man is supposed to be able to bear alone. And he doesn't. He draws support and inspires other characters in the story, and it propels him to be something greater than a man. Patel speaks very loudly with this movie and quite literally kicks open doors. It's a beautiful film to look at. I wish most movies could look like this. My biggest criticism, though, is that I felt the camera direction and editing was a little too disorienting at times. And look, we're all used to shaking cameras and rapid transitions. Hell, the Bourne movies are my church, despite their impossible to follow combat scenes. This one went a little too far beyond with a very few specific shots. I'm not at all complaining about the action, though. I thought a lot of the scenes were well choreographed, super brutal and fun to watch. I have to assume that it's because Patel hasn't found his entire voice and style as a filmmaker yet, and that led to some sloppiness. I would assume that a lot of new directors would be afraid to not move the camera in a movie like this. My next little nitpick has to do with the flow of the storytelling. I'm not sure it's structured in the most effective way. The backstory was revealed slowly throughout, and a lot of the beats ended up becoming familiar. It causes the movie to lull at times, and I think the movie could have been more combustible with a few tweaks. Nitpicks aside, this movie is a thrilling ride. Patel shows us that he's a super promising director and an action hero if he wants to be. Monkey Man won me over, and I look forward to going back and looking at his previous acting work. He brought it with the beauty and style and took us to a place we don't normally go. I'll take movies like this in theaters any day over a tired sequel from a tired franchise. I'll take action movies like this that champion younger and newer action heroes over whatever Liam Neeson slept to walk through last week. Does anyone know who directs those movies, by the way? Seriously, I hope Monkey Man does well, and I hope you're convinced to check this out. Everyone involved deserves to be supported and deserves to keep making us movies. I gave it 4 stars and a heart on Letterboxd. I am seeing Civil War next week, and I'm very excited. I think Alex Garland has a banger on his hands, and despite the fact that Men is one of my least favorite movies of the last few years, it almost caused me to rip my eyeballs out. Don't worry about being new to the channel. I just rebooted everything, and I'm going to try some things out. Please subscribe if you want to see what else I'll do. Peace.